depending on what Bible you read, Psalm 126, at the bottom of that Psalm 126, you see the words songs of ascent. Songs of ascent, ascending. There are 15 chapters from the book of Psalms that are called songs of ascent. Basically from Psalms 120 to 134. And these are very special chapters because these are songs that were sung by the Israelites 3 times a year when they traveled to Jerusalem. Now, there are 3 times a year that God made it compulsory for the Israelites to go to the temple, to go to ICA CHAI WAN. Alright, and those days people don't take public transport, they walk. They travel with camels. Right? But most people walk. There is no MTR train and all that. So they travel for days to Jerusalem. Alright? And as they were walking to Jerusalem, they would be singing, just like a lot of you here. Right? And the songs that they sang were all taken from Psalms 120 to 134. Alright, so now it is a very telling, the songs that they sang, it reveals the condition of their heart. So from 120, the song were very low in terms of its mood. But when you finish at Psalm 134, it is high note, it is crescendo, it is climatic, it is very spirited, very exciting. It tells us in our spiritual journey with God, it tells us our life is all of us walking towards Jerusalem, not the physical Jerusalem, but the spiritual Jerusalem, heavenward. We are preparing our lives journey, walking towards God. Alam yo? You okay? All right. So it's interesting, as I said. The first song is very low in mood. It is very slow pace. The theme of the song is all about trusting God. It's about my problems, my trouble, marami na problema. Like some of us, every time you got together, oh, your problem with your boss, your problem with your health, your problem with virus, your problem with wala na pera, your problem with asawa ko sa Philippines, marami na problem. But by the time they finish Psalms 134, wala na problema, prilang Diyos Panginoon. This is spirit, okay?
I want something new.
So today we want to look at Psalms 126, a very special psalm I can't wait to share with you. Okay, look at verse 1 to verse 3. When the Lord brought back the captives to Zion, we were like men who dream. Our mouths were filled with laughter, our tongues with songs of joy. Then it was said, among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. The Lord has done great things for us, not just them. And we are filled with joy. It's very interesting. By the way, this psalm was written, 126th Psalm was written when they were when they came back from captivity, from the Assyrian captivity, back to Jerusalem. What do you mean, Pastor Ed? A few months ago, you heard the series messages on the book of Nehemiah. So this psalm was written during that time. In fact, to be precise, this psalm is referring to Ezra chapter 1. Okay? What is this psalm about? This psalm, the first half of this psalm, this verse 3, verse 1 to verse 3, they look back and they thank God for a miracle that happened a long time ago. That God delivered His people after 70 long years in Hong Kong to go back to the barangay in the Philippines. I was just joking. So that you understand, okay? I'm contextualizing. So it was a miracle. Wow, pandemic for 3 years so long, suddenly I'm in my barangay. It's a miracle. So they were surprised. Finally, even the king of Assyria, King Artaxerxes, gave all the money and give all the support for the Israelites to go back to Jerusalem under the governor Zerubbabel. Okay, I hope you remember that messages. Okay, so wow, that is why in verse 1 he says, "Nang muling ibinalik ng Panginoon sa Sion ang mga nabihat, parang ito'y panaginip lang." Panaginip lang. What is panaginip lang?
Dream.
It's a dream. It's a dream, pangarap. It's a dream come true. Wow, we never dreamed that we will ever go back to the Philippines. Finally, home, freedom jobs. You're more excited going back to the Philippines than Jerusalem. I see that. Okay. Wow, I cannot believe it.
What
That was the
to
feeling at that time.
do?
You know what? Can I ask you, what are your dreams today? What are your dreams that have not yet come true? What are the dreams that you know that can never happen? So the only thing you can make it happen is matulog and pangarap. So some people always matulog. They don't want to get up. Anybody Visayas here? Visayas? I need to say, keep saying! Because you always want to look, not because ikaw napagod. Hindi na mapagod. But you matulog. Bakit? Because pangarap. In your pangarap dream, you're the princess. Magandang babae. You dress up. Yeah, people serve you. You got beautiful family in your dream. Marami na pera. You're healthy. Everything. Your perfect world is in a pangarap. There's nothing wrong with dream. Dream is good. But not now. Okay? Dream is good. Because it gives you a reason to live, not a reason to sleep. That you're hopeful. And the Israelites, they dreamed. And it came to pass. I want to tell you here today, I'm here to tell you that your dream can come to pass. Your God-given dream can come to pass. If your nightmare can come to pass, why not your dream? Right? Your dream can come to pass. God's dream that He put in your heart, in your sleep, can come to pass. That was a man, Abraham. Abraham was without a child and he was aging in his 90s, still wala na anak, but he marami na pera, and he got this beautiful wife Sarah, but Sarah cannot give birth. You know the story. And one day in Genesis chapter 12, God showed up. God told Abraham, I'm going to give you a child. And not only a child, you'll be a father of many people. Nations. And then God told Abraham, I'm going to give you a land, a country actually. And God told Abraham, I will also give you a seed where the Savior, the Messiah will come from your line. And Abraham was so happy, but Sarah laughing. You know, it's always like that in a marriage, you know. One is serious and one is not serious. In my marriage, I'm not the serious one. My wife very serious. Okay. But you know, Uncle Vinci and Auntie Alice, who is serious and who is not, I don't know, because they are all both fantastic. They blame each other now. Pastor Betty is the serious one. Pastor Fron is the funny one, right? Even at home, Pastor Fron is always funny. So, and then past 10 years, 15 years, nothing happened. Every day Sarah checked, do I have baby? Am I pregnant? Wala. And finally, Abraham got scared. Matakot. Genesis chapter 15. Scared. You know, there are so many things that makes you afraid. If you're sick today and still your cholesterol is high, your high blood pressure is high, your sugar level is high, takut no. The clock is ticking. You're single now and you're getting older by the year. Wah, mak takut no. Mak takut, mak hiya, everything mak. All the mak. Wow, if your children are getting older, they are still not married, mak takut, right? Or they're not getting a good job, oh, mak takut. Or your job, right? Your salary not increasing but decreasing, only increase $100 narang. That is pretty sad. $100? Ah, is it so slow? $100. I came to Hong Kong 20 years ago, 10 years ago. Same salary. Mak takut. Your Philippines no house yet, wala na house. Still mak takut, right? Where you gonna stay when you get old one day? You're single, and say, who's gonna take care of me? There's so many reasons for us to be afraid. Abraham was afraid. And then God told Abraham to do this. Genesis 15 verse 5. If you're afraid today, this is what God is telling you. Verse 5. Oh, I saw the screen. Thank you so much. And God brought Abraham outside and said, look toward heaven. Every time when you're scared, look up. Okay? Don't look around. Don't look back. Okay? And number the stars if you are able to number them. Then he said to him, so shall your offspring be. And he believed the Lord, and he counted it to him as righteousness. Oh, this is such a beautiful word. Let me read it in Tagalog, even more beautiful, if you can understand. Pagkatapos dinala siya ang Panginoon sa labas at sinabi, masdan mo ang maga bituin sa langit, heaven. Bilangit mo kung makakaya mo, magiging gayan din karami ang lahi mo. Nanalig si Abraham sa Panginoon at dahil dito itinuring siyang matubig. Wow. So, whenever you are discouraged, your dream has not yet come to pass, it's time to go out and look up the sky. I feel like taking you out and look up the sky to illustrate what I'm trying to tell you. And God told Abraham, look at the skies and look at the stars. Count the stars if you can.